it's very important that at the end of a deployment, you are all set up and ready to demobilize, and this is basically what this video is for. There's 3 essential things that we have built into the loading of this trailer. The main thing is for safety purposes, the load has to be balanced just slightly ahead of the axle line. We also take into consideration that when you get to a site, we do not want anybody climbing over anything to get essential items. So we are placing all of the administrative tools in the front. We're lucky enough to have a door that we can use to access that. And the cots and blankets will be in the center. And then at the end, we also have room for go kit items and things like that, which have to be brought in by the responders. I'm accompanied today by Jim and Dan, who are great helpers, and they're partly responsible for the loading of the trailers. I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. One of the conventions that we're using in Ontario is we use locks that all have a common combination. So this is the back access door for the trailer. Once the shelter has been set up, we would come back here, and this is where we would get the actual shelter items. This trailer has been provided by Action Trailers, who get them from Atlas in the States. Okay, there's on the inside we have some pool noodles, and we put the pool noodles on the support wires for the ramp because it's so easy to run into them when it's dark, or even in the daytime and you're not thinking about it, you run into them. So we put the pool noodles on for 2 things, safety and also for visual. We have the cots loaded in the trailer. We have a marking on the floor that shows exactly where they're supposed to go. We can refer to the manual for the exact locations. The boxes, each one of these cot boxes have 2 cots in them, and there's 48 there, and then you'll notice that there's 1 box in the top and the middle, and that's 2 more to make 50. This particular module is designed for 50 people. And we have over 50 of these modules scattered around Ontario. Up on the top, we have the blankets, and they have come in boxes of 10. And this is how we loaded them. And we also have a very long ladder, 6-foot ladder, so we had to put that on top of these. Everything, of course, has been secured, and we'll show you how we're going to do that later in this video. Before we load the trailer, we want to show you what the contents are. This is the part that we put in the front of the trailer because, as you can see, we have a front door access, and we're going to take advantage of that. These are the items that we would use when we arrive at a shelter location and we want to set up the site for reception and things that we're doing there. The first thing that we're putting in the trailer is a frame. We've put a sign in just to show how the frame works, but it's an A-frame for holding signs. And we took that out of this, the portfolio bag. The portfolio bag has 4 other signs in it that you would use at the shelter. We have, for convenience of loading and unloading, a cart, steers at the front. We have a table, and this table is folded, so it will open up twice as big when it's open, and 2 chairs that accompany that, and that's for registrations, etc. Now, also in the front of the trailer, we have a utility kit with the red top, and Jim is going to open it and show you what's in it. Basically, we have things that will help us out with setting up our shelters. We have a lamp, 2 lamp on a tripod, and we have tape. We have 2 types of tape. We have boxing tape, and we also have duct tape, and we have 2 extension cords, and there may be more, I'm not sure, but we have a comprehensive list that we can refer to. And then next to that we have a toolkit. The toolkit has the following items plus an inventory list. We have a hammer and WD-40. We have a knife. We have hex keys, staples, and a stapler. And then in the bottom section we have a screwdriver set and a wrench set, and we have a lug nut wrench and a jack just in case there's a flat on the way and you need to keep the trailer operational. Finally, we have a ladder, 6-foot ladder. We have 2 safety cones. We put our own reflective tape on those safety cones. And we have a little triangle safety item that we can use in case there's a breakdown. We also have a set of tire chocks to keep the trailer from moving, and in case a utility vehicle shows up and it doesn't have the proper hitch on it, we've included a 2-inch ball hitch on a receiver so that whatever vehicle is being used can tow the trailer. These are the items that will be going in the front section, and of course, like we said before, this is all done for utility purposes as well as balance. Okay, to load the trailers, we're putting cots and blankets that we've gotten from the National Warehouse in Mississauga. We have on the skid of cots, we have 30 boxes with 60 cots. And on the skid that has blankets, we have 12 boxes with 120 blankets. We're not going to be using all of them in the trailer, of course, because we're just loading the trailer for a shelter of 50 people. Okay, when these trailers arrive from Action Trailers, they do not have anything on the inside for securing loads. So that's one of the jobs that we do when it first arrives. Dan has already put all these things in this trailer, and we have a separate video on how to do that in case you get a raw trailer delivered to you. Okay, on this particular one, we have floor anchors. They're at very specific locations. There's 4 on each side. And attached to the floor anchors are the ratchet straps. The ratchet straps are extremely important because that's what secures the load. And unless that load is absolutely secure, when you travel, if there's any movement in the trailer, of course, it poses a massive safety problem for the driver.